Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of my boxcar and capsule trailer park build. In this segment we are going to completely finish the outside and get it ready for decorating. I must say I'm very pleased with the way this is coming out. I've added a lot in this video which I'm excited to show you, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the greenhouse by placing these planters down that I got from the Decoration and Furniture Expansion Pack mod. This is probably one of the best mods that I have seen on console yet. You see me use this mod a lot, and that's because there are a ton of items that come with it. And really, I'm just picking random types of food to put inside the greenhouse. It doesn't really matter as long as you fill it up. I wanted to use a table that we got from this mod. They were the ones from the greenhouse and Grey Garden, but the planters wouldn't fit on top of them, which I thought was weird because they were named planter table. But anyway, I decided to use the coffee table instead, which doesn't really make a difference because they still look pretty cool. Here's another one of my favorite mods. It's called Do It Yourself. You see what they did there? Basically, they give you these shelves that you can completely fill up. All of these items are grouped together and snap into every part of the shelf, which is amazing because before you had to glitch junk into them, which took forever and barely worked. So like this mod is a great way to make your settlements and stores look even more realistic. Plus, you can use like any type of shelf, and they give you smaller bookcases like this one, which all have their own items that will snap into it. So if I haven't sold you on this mod yet, just download it. It's pretty awesome. And this should do it for the greenhouse, if I can make up my mind. There we go. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now we're moving on to the outside. This is going to be my little farmer's market area where they sell their food. You notice that the roofs and walls snap to the outside of the capsule pretty well, which actually surprised me. Even the floors, they snap underneath. Look at that. I'm not going to keep that wall there. I just placed it down so I could snap the floors to it. That way I didn't have to manually put the floors on the outside and get everything straight. But yeah, I'm going to remove it. That way we can see the capsule. That's the whole point of this build, so I don't want to cover up the capsules and boxcars too much. I really just want to add to them. So I'm going to place down the railings first and then some columns, that way the roof looks a little more supported. Now I used 4 different types of pillars in here, or columns, whatever you want to call them. I used the ones from the barn, the warehouse, and 2 from the snap and build, which I'm about to use here. I like these a little better because first of all, look at them, they look fucking awesome. And they are a little bit more forgiving, and plus like they don't snap to like Bethesda's, they snap to like the middle of the floor, which doesn't make any sense to me because most of the time you want them on the end like I'm doing here. But anyway, enough of my bitching. So yeah, that looks pretty cool, and they fit right into the roof, which makes this whole thing come together. I mean, look at it. Looks like something that these guys would totally build and like add on to the capsule. Okay, so now that I'm finished gloating, moving on to the guard tower. There isn't much creativity here, I just adding in some guard towers where I think they fit best. Since I don't build a wall around my settlements, I like to have guard posts all throughout the area and pointed in each direction, just in case. Okay, there we go. Job well done. Moving on to the water tower, which I got from the Decoration Furniture Expansion Pack mod, which is a mouthful, so I'm just gonna say DFEP, and that's even worse. So just the mod that I'm using, I got it from there, which is very lore friendly and adds in 100 things of water, so I'm just gonna tuck it back here in the corner. Over here I'm going to add in a fence, which I don't do around the entire settlement, but I think it looks pretty cool for the entrance up here. From this point on in the video, you're going to see me use the pillar glitch a good little bit. For those of you who haven't seen this, it's a very common trick. I think I even showed it in my last video. But essentially, you just get the concrete pillar very close to whatever item you're going to use, such as this fence. You want to hold the action button, which is A, X, or E depending on the system that you use. And basically it just allows you to get it closer to other objects, and you can even sink it into the ground. And there it is. So this next part is probably one of my favorite parts of the video because I had an idea that I didn't think was going to work, but it actually turned out to work seamlessly. So what I wanted to do was build two walkways, one for this capsule and one for the boxcar. Basically I just built it off to the side like so, put everything that I wanted on there, and then used the pillar to kind of sink it into the ground to make it look like it's been there for a while, kind of overgrown. And there it is. So it's things like this that make your settlements look more realistic, because so instead of just having a capsule and boxcar sitting on top of a hill, these walkways kind of make it look like they have been there for a while and like they were used before. Now I'm going to do the same method with these floors to add in an overgrown patio porch area. Oh yeah, I just wanted to point out, you see that I'm using that small ladder here? I could have easily used a larger one and snapped it to the foundation, but I think using this one in the corner makes it look even more like something Bethesda would do. I don't know, I kind of like the fact that it's askew over in the corner. It's probably pointless of me to point this out to you, but you know, whatever, shut up, I thought it was cool. Anyways, now I'm going to build the walkway to the boxcar. Okay, over here you might notice that I changed things around. The blue boxcar now has the opening and the orange one is closed. I switched them because I was going to put the same kind of fence right beside the orange boxcar, and it looked a little weird having the entrance right beside the fence. So I'm just going to build the same kind of entrance that I did with the greenhouse, just a little bit smaller, and there's going to be a fence there. Okay, and here you'll notice this pillar glitch works with just about anything. I'm adding the longer railing instead of using the same wire fence, and also sinking it into the ground because it adds that much more character. See? See? And there's a gap between the capsule and the boxcar, so I just use the upper floor to cover it up a good bit. I'm going to place the ladder down, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use that for, but I'll figure something out. It's going to look pretty cool. And you see the roof and the floor there, there's kind of like a gap up top, so I just placed this larger wall to cover up those sharp edges. And there we go. Let's take a look up top. And yeah, you see it's much more connected that way. With the decorations mod, we get these really cool looking stairs made out of cinder blocks and wood planks. So I'm just going to use that instead of the other ones. There we go. And now let's take a quick look on the inside. Not too bad, not too bad. Awesome. And I noticed there's one part, see how the floor is hanging off over there? I don't like the way that looks. So I'm just going to put a post up to make it a little more consistent and much better. Now over here we get to use the Raider tents, which I never get to use because they're always so big and awkward. However, they worked out pretty well over here. Take a look. Look at that. Look at it. So nice. Okay, over here I'm going to add on to the shops. I realized that I haven't used any metal pieces, so time to change that. I wanted a little metal prefab entranceway right there where the door is. So what I'm doing is I'm snapping the shack foundations out to where I can adjust the height. So bring that down a little bit. I want it to be just below the floor, so I snapped that one back in to check, and it was. So now I'm going to snap these other ones to the one that I just sunk down. And I'm doing this because whenever I snap in the metal prefab to the doorway, I want it to be sitting just on top of the shack foundation, so it's not just hovering there. Like so. There it is. Get rid of those, and then now it's sitting on top of the shack foundation. Now adding in the walls. Now adding in the walls. I went through that pretty quickly, but I do it again here in just a second, so you will see it again. Here I want the metal prefab to be sitting on the other side of this door, so first I'm going to do the shack foundation, snap it to the boxcar, then snap this one, remove the one that it's snapping to, and then lowering it judging by the boxcar foundation, like so. Now snap the other shack foundation, and it should be low enough for the metal prefab to snap in and not be sitting too high. And there we are. So in front of here, I wanted to add in the door frame that I usually use, but I realized that it didn't really work. So the frame would actually snap in, but the panel would snap to the left. Snap on that one, but not on that one. So I just said fuck it, and then I realized that there was one in the snap and build miscellaneous section, so I just used that one. Just going to add in the doors here, and this actually turned out pretty cool. I was really excited for this. I might have, I don't know, there's going to be a shop maybe out in the front area, and then in the back metal area over here might be where they live. Something like that. It's going to be cool, I promise. So I go back over here and add in a fence, which you've already seen me build a fence before, but this one's on a hill, so I wanted to show you guys how I build it whenever you need to lower it down. So you don't want there to be too big of a gap whenever you are lowering them, and you'll see what I mean because I go back and fix it. Okay, so this is going to be the last part. I scrapped the truck that was over there next to the orange boxcar, and I did that because I'm going to add in the blue... Cord, it's raining. Fix the rain, sir. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to add in the blue boxcar, and this is going to be kind of like the little restaurant pub area. It's going to look really cool. I really just wanted to use the warehouse walls and all that because I haven't used them really in a build yet. So here's my opportunity. It actually turns out pretty cool. And there we go. I just love the way that came out. Even the scaffolding here. See how the building is raised up a good bit? So instead of using stairs, I can add in scaffolding to make a little entryway. It just makes it look a little bit more put together. But that's it for me, guys. I really appreciate your comments and feedback on the last video. It was a bunch of love and you guys are just awesome. I take a lot of your suggestions on mods and different ways that I could build things, so definitely keep it coming. I really appreciate it. The next video will be the completed tour, which I'm very excited for. But as always, thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and take care.